Before modern neuroscience, many scientists believed the brain was one continuous structure, not made of separate cells. This idea was called the reticular theory. It suggested the nervous system was like a single web. Signals could move freely in all directions without clear boundaries. Early microscopes couldn't show individual cells. Everything looked connected, so scientists assumed it was. As observation improved, inconsistencies appeared. If the brain were truly one continuous network, signals should spread randomly. But behavior suggested something more controlled. How could signals be precise if everything was physically connected? That tension pushed scientists to look deeper. The turning point came with improved staining and imaging techniques. Scientists could finally see nervous tissue in greater detail. One of the most important tools was the Golgi stain, which randomly colored individual neurons. This allowed researchers to see full cell shapes instead of a blurred mass. Nerve cells might actually be separate units. Ramon Y. Kyle used the same staining method but interpreted the results differently. Instead of a continuous network, he saw individual cells that were close but not merged. He proposed the nervous system is made of discrete cells called neurons. This became the neuron doctrine. The same evidence led to two completely different conclusions depending on how it was interpreted. The neuron doctrine also explains something the reticular theory could not: directional flow of information. Signals travel from one neuron to another across small gaps called synapses. Communication is organized, not random. Information follows specific pathways, which explains how the brain controls movement, thought, and response with precision. Over time, more evidence supported the neuron doctrine. Scientists observed distinct structures like dendrites and axons. Experiments showed signals moved in one direction from input to output regions. This matched the neuron doctrine perfectly. The reticular theory could not fully explain it. Eventually, the scientific community shifted toward this new understanding. Once neurons were understood as individual cells, neuroscience became more structured and measurable. Researchers could study how signals move, how connections form, and how damage affects specific pathways. It opened the door to understanding reflexes, memory, and even disorders in a more detailed way. Instead of studying the brain as one mass, scientists can now study its parts and how they interact. Modern neuroscience is built on the neuron doctrine. Every concept, from neural circuits to brain imaging, depends on this idea. The brain is made of individual cells communicating through connections. It was once a major scientific debate. Without this shift, much of what we know about the brain today would not exist. The change was not just a small correction. It completely changed how scientists think about the brain. It also shows something important about science itself. The same evidence can lead to different conclusions until someone looks at it differently. That different perspective moves everything forward. Thanks for watching.